All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want to talk about today. I realized I had some weight I had to get rid of around late March. It was about March 26, and I lost 13 pounds since then. I'm about 234 right now. And it's been pretty tough because not only am I hungry a lot, but I think in my mind as an American, growing up, eating huge platters of food, once being a bodybuilder and an Olympic weightlifter, I was brought up with this sense of entitlement that I should be able to feel full all the time. And what I'm trying to do now is acclimate to the to not having that always being really, really full all the time. I know in Japanese there's a saying in Okinawa, harahachi bume. You know, you walk away from the plate when you're 80%. And so that's something I'm dealing with. You know, Johnny Casual, at the time I started my weight loss quest, he told me he went off sugar and he was doing pretty well. So I went off sugar about 6 weeks ago. I've had a couple cheat days, not a lot. I think I had some taro frozen yogurt with my daughters about 8 days ago. But so I'm 13 pounds lighter. And I found some really big inspiration yesterday. I think his name is Nick Hardwick. He was featured in the LA Times. He played center for the San Diego Chargers. He retired around 300 pounds. And he lost 85 pounds. And he's kept it off over the last few years. He's kept the weight off, and he has a blog where he talks about his fitness and his eating, and he staggers his diet. One day he'll eat 4 meals, another day he'll eat 3, another he'll eat 2, because he's trying to confuse his metabolism. I've not been doing that. I can't imagine myself doing that. I think I would go crazy if I could only eat twice a day. I think I'm better off having small meals throughout the day. It's just what works for me. But I was really inspired by his blog, because he said something that was very important to me. He said that, you know what, man, I got kids, they eat brownies, there's all these temptations, and you know, there's nothing easy about dieting. It takes willpower and it takes discipline. And I was, okay, this is good. You know, he's telling me the truth. He's not telling me some lie. There's no magic bullet. And then he said something that was even more important. He said, and I'm paraphrasing him, happiness is learning to enjoy discipline over indulgence. And that's really the theme of this video presentation. I haven't done a video presentation in a long time. I haven't felt I had anything really meaningful to say. I didn't want to just repeat my watch talk. You know, I could stare at my watches all day long. But I find that I'm actually happier being disciplined and feeling a little bit light in the gut and feeling a little bit hungry than I am feeling really, really full. There's something to be said about that. And I think that is analogous to my addictive behavior with watches. I think keeping my weight down and keeping my watch collection at 7 by avoiding compulsive watch buys and rebuying and this, I think is a sign of discipline and a sign of greater happiness. Now all of this happened to me about 6 weeks ago, this dieting, but even before that, a few weeks before that, I read a couple books by Cal Newport that I really recommend them because they deal with this notion of discipline making you happier than indulgence. Cal Newport wrote a book called Deep Work, and he wrote a book called So Good They Can't Ignore You. And he writes about how in this age of social media, we're distracted all the time and we can't focus and do our deep work. And when we're distracted, we become zombies. We become dumb, regardless of how smart we are. And I started thinking about that. I actually deleted my Facebook account for about a month, but I got a text from a friend of my wife, wanted to know if I was dead, divorced, whatever. And I didn't want to have a scenario where I was texting people explaining why I deleted my Facebook account. So I limit myself to about 10 minutes of social media a week, though part of me would like to just cut it out altogether. I'm convinced that social media makes us really unhappy, and it's an addiction, and it gets in the way of our deep work. You know, I have goals that I think will make me happier through discipline over indulgence. I want to keep my watch collection down, 7 or under, and really enjoy the watches I have rather than always coveting the next Kimura watch that's out there. I want to keep my weight down. I'm going to get down to 210 and I'm going to keep it off, and I'm going to be happier through that discipline. I'll have my cheat days here and there. I'll have my pastries next Sunday on Mother's Day. I'll have a pastry, one. I want to write a book. I have a book that I want to write. I need to write that book. I want to stay off social media. I don't know about you, but it does not make me happy. I don't like watching people curate their lives. It's a waste of time. I want to only make YouTube videos if I think I have something meaningful to say. And I want to improve my piano playing skills. I think I wasted about 20 years gradually, you know, going on the internet, you know, lusting after watches and consumer products and going down that rabbit hole, and then social media was another rabbit hole. I'm really rethinking the notion of discipline. It's kind of a wake-up call, and we all have to have a wake-up call at our own time. But I urge you to go to the LA Times yesterday, read about Nick Hardwick's weight loss. Go to his blog where he talks about his discipline and willpower, making him happier than indulgence. Please read Cal Newport's 2 books, Deep Work and So Good They Can't Ignore You. Maybe we'll have watch talks sometime. I don't know. That's coming up soon, I think. But until next time, I am out.